Article 146, unfortunately, even though it is dangerous, it is a necessity. It is a necessity. We realize that human beings are human beings. There will be times where we exceed our powers. And when we exceed our powers, we do things that the office does not require us to do or does not allow us to do. There must be a mechanism that can bring us back or take us out of the place. And Article 146 is such mechanism. It's a necessity, so we need to have it. Your second question has to do with
that description the Chief Justice gave to the current proceedings and what is happening as being unconstitutional and politically motivated.
I agree that from what she has told me, if all those things are happening, the processes are abusive, and she cites many examples. Okay, the refusal, for instance, to give her copies of the petitions, in my opinion, is totally not on. It's not a good thing that the committee is doing. And as I said before, there are jurists on this panel, two very eminent jurists, two Supreme Court judges, who should stand up for what they know to be right. Normally in our litigation, it is also tried that it is adversarial. You accuse me, I get the opportunity to cross-examine you and to examine you. For instance, let me look at, for instance, Shining Stars. Okay, Nana Fianco is allowed under Article 146 to present a petition. So you come as Nana Fianco.
Yeah.
But if you come as an institution, Shining Stars, okay, I have checked with the Registrar General. There is no institution recognized in this country as called Shining Stars.
Obviously, she mentioned in the presser that is not registered, but outside Ghana, is not registered within Ghana. So she had a certain challenge with the fact that a company registered outside Ghana had the guts to want to challenge her office and her credibility.
There's no official body in Ghana called, recognized by an official system in Ghana called Shining Stars. So how does a body that does not exist have the balls to present a petition against the Chief Justice of our country? And she must be given the right to cross-examine the people who brought this type of petition.
And now that from what she's telling us, that opportunity is not being presented to her. She is not being given that chance to cross-examine those petitioners. In the court of law, what does this mean? Is it more or less a kangaroo kind of adjudication or what?
In the court of law, the whole thing will fall, because you rise and fall on your credibility, on your capacity, on your existence. Okay, I would not be speaking if I were not alive. The fact that the Shining Stars does not exist in our law means that whatever is granted on Shining Stars will fall ab initio. So this is a very genuine point that she's raising, and everybody who loves this country, who loves constitutionality, who loves rule of law, should see that the points that Madam Torkornoo is making are very important points. Unfortunately, when you are in there, you tend to you say when you're tabo specs, you tend to develop Buddhist specs. But when you come out here, go, this my dry office, you come into this my dry office, you and I in the private sector, you have been in the private sector in the hustling for decades, you and I, you know.
Yeah.
And when you are in the, yes, when you are in the private sector, you think differently. I hope that we would all learn from the experience of Madam Torkornoo that it is not always land presence and comfort. Okay, when people come and they raise genuine issues, let's not play with the law. Let's not deny them. Let us look at the things in a constitutional way, as the Constitution expects of us. I would hope that the justices who are playing a role in this particular exercise realize that it is their name. Okay, in 20 years, 30 years, 50 years from now, when we are referring to the committee, we would mention Gabriel Poorman.
Yeah.
Okay. And the historians, the academicians, people like Prof in the university, when they are studying this case, they remember the person who shared was Gabriel Poorman, and they were that people who allowed non-existent institutions like Shining Stars to be there to petition and not to be cross-examined.